So today we are going to discuss about the concept called as a cyclic code. So cyclic code are the special linear block codes. Yesterday we have seen what are the different linear block codes. So it comes with some extra property that the code word is generated by shifting the bits cyclically. So the resultant code is generated, and that code word will be like this. You can see that. So this is the example of CR4. So C is nothing but the code word length, and 4 is the length of data word. So here we can see that this 7 is nothing but the value of n, right, and 4 is nothing but the value of k. So how many redundant bits are there? So redundant bits will be obviously 3. So the in red lines or in red color you can see that these are the redundant bits, and these redundant bits are generated by cyclic code technique, or it is shifted right or left, and through that the code is generated, and that code is utilized for generation of the code word with along with data word. So you can see that the data word here is 0010, so 0010, and for this 0010 the code generated or the syndrome is 110. So if this 110 gets added, it forms a code word. So this is how the cyclic redundancy code is generated, but how actually it is generated, let us see. So this is the architecture of CRC. So this is the data word. You can see that this is the data word A3, A2, A1 and A0. So these 4 bits are added to the generator, and this generator is having a common key that is called as a divisor. This is a common key that is called as a divisor. So this divisor plays a very important role for encoder as well as decoder. So you need a 7 bit. So these are the 4 bits are added to the generated, and the remaining 3 bits which you want to generate, so you will be adding 3 zeros. So 7 code word, that is n equal to 7 is here. So for that purpose, so you will be adding 3 extra bits to this one to get a remainder. Now how the remainder is generated? 0 0 0 will be added to this one. So you will get a 7-bit data, and to that a common key, that is a divisor, is utilized to generate the remainder, and that remainder is added to the data word, and your code word will be formed. At receiving end, exactly the opposite system happens. You have received the code word along with the redundant bits. So these redundant bits is passed through the checker. So this checker is again nothing but it is used with this divisor key, and if you get a syndrome 000, that means the key you have received or the code word you have received is the correct one, and decision logic will accept the code word. Else if the syndrome is not 000, then in that case it is discarded. Okay, so this is the best example. Now let us consider that the data word is 1001. So data word is 1001. So this is a 7-4 code. So 7-4 code, that means n is equal to 7 and k is equal to 4. So r is equal to 3, right? So you have to add 3 extra bits, that is called as a augmented data word. That is called as a augmented data word. So these 3 zeros are added over here. Now the divisor is given to you, which is a common key for encoder as well as decoder. Now this encoder and decoder, it is given 1011 is the key. 1011 is the key, it is a divisor. Now you start dividing it. So first you have taken it, the first 4 word you have taken it and you multiplied by one quotient, so it is simply a XOR combination 1 0 1 1. So 1 1 is 0, 0 0 is 0, 1 0 is 1, and 1 1 is 0. Okay, now you will be getting only 3. Now you will be requiring, actually this is a 4 divisor na? So you should have a equal number of bits, so you will be borrowing one bit from upper side, so this will borrow here. So the bit will this word will be 0 1 0 0, this will be 0 1 0 0. Now to that, the number starts with 0, so simply you multiply it by 0. The number starts with 0, so simply you multiply it with 0. So 0 into all these elements, it becomes 0 0 0 0. So you eliminate this first one because 0 0 is obviously the this is you are not going to consider, so don't consider this. Now you start with this one. 1 0 is 1, 0 0 is 0, 0 0 0 is 0. So you will be getting these 3 bits. Now again you borrow 1 0 from upper side. You borrow 1 0 from upper side. Now the start is with 1, so again you take a quotient 1 and you multiply this divisor with 1 0 1 1. So this will be discarded, this will be discarded, and again you will be getting the next 3 bits, so 0 0 1 1, and again you will be borrowing this 0. Now this is the last 0, so henceforth there is no 0, so this is the last division you will be taking. Now the number starts with 0, hence the quotient will be 0 and you will be getting 0 0 0 0. Okay, so you XOR it. After XORing, you simply eliminate this code and these 3 bits remains as a remainder, and this remainder is nothing but your redundant bits for the data word 1001 with a divisor 1011, right? So this 110 will be get added to this one, and this is how a code word is generated for 1001 with a divisor 1011, which is a common key, 1011 is a common key, and the remainder is 110. So with this key, the code word generator is 1001110. This is the keyword generated. Okay, this is how actually encoder part happens. Now at decoding end, let us try to understand how we will accept it. So at decoder, the decoder does use the same division as a encoding. It uses the same divisor, but if there is no error, then syndrome is 0. That means the remainder of decoder and divisor remains 0, and if the syndrome is non-zero, then error has occurred, and if the error has occurred, then in that case that code word is discarded, right? That code word is discarded. Now here you can see the example that 1001 110 is the syndrome, that is the code word received. Now what was the divisor at that time? 1011. You just go to the previous case and see, here it is 1011. The code word generated is 1001110. Now the same code word you have received and the same divisor you have used. Now again the same methodology. You start with the first is 1, hence you take 1 as a quotient, so 1 into 1011, 1 into 1011. Now 11 you are going to discard this because it is going to keep the 0 outcome, so this we are not going to consider. So next 3 1, you simply XOR it. 0 0 is 0, 0 1 is 1, 1 1 is 0. Now this one from code word you will take it as it is. Now it is 0. The first bit is 0. here. So you take a quotient 0 over here. So 0 into 100 is everything is 0. Now this is again discarded. So 1 into 0, so you first take 3 1. 1 into 0, sorry, 1 XORed with 0 is 1, 0 0 is 1, 1 0 is 1, and you take 1 again over here, so it will be a 4 bit because divisor is 4 bit. So it starts with 1, hence you take a quotient 1 and again multiply 1 by 100, 1011, then this will be discarded and you can see that 0 0 is 0, 1 1 is 0, 1 1 is 0. Now you take the last bit, this is 0, so 0 again you start with a 0, so this is a 0. You have to continue till last bit, you have to continue till last bit, so you will be getting 0 0 0. So syndrome generated is 0 0 0. So syndrome generated 0 0 0 means there is no error in this code word and the data is accepted. So last 3 bits are discarded and you will be getting a data 1001. Okay, now similar case, instead of this 1, you will be getting over here 0. Okay, you will be getting over here 0. Now what happens, let us see. Once again you start with the same division. You first take 4 bits. Since the number starts with 1, you start with a quotient 1 and you multiply the divisor and quotient. So this is just like a simple division of digital numbers. So 1 0 1 1, then this will be discarded. So 0 1 1 1 is the number. You take this 1 from upper side, then you take a 0 from this because it started with a 0. So 0 0 0 0, again this number is initial number is discarded, MSB is discarded. You take 1 1 1 1, you take the next one for making it as a 4 bits. So the number starts with 1, so you starts with a 1 and 1 0 1 1, and you see that 1 0 0 is the reminder, and you take the last 0 from this one, and since it starts with a 0, it starts with a 1, you again here there is a correction, it should be here, it is 1. So you start with again 1 0 1 1. So 1 0 1 1, it is going to generate a syndrome of 0 1 1. So this is not a 0 0 0. Syndrome is generated 0 1 1. So it the logic decider or the decision maker will come to know that the syndrome is not 0 0 0. Hence there is a problem with the system and the data generated is not a code word we have received, or this is not a acceptable data. So the data is discarded and you will not get it. So the repetition is asked for the data. And the same code word is again resent, and once the syndrome is 0, it will be accepted. If the syndrome is not 0, it is not accepted. So this is the easiest method of doing the cyclic redundancy with the help of divisor, and the code will be generated, the reminder will be generated, and if the reminder at receiving end it remains 0, that is called as a syndrome. That syndrome is 0, then I can say that the data is accepted. If the syndrome is not 0, data is not accepted. Okay, this is one method. There is another method. So this is actually the hardwire technique, how actually the technique takes place. So you leftmost bit is the part of the dividend in XOR operation is taken, and you take the XOR operation and you perform the XOR operation, and this is how actually the augmented data word is generated. And this is the remainder. You can see that this is 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 0 is 0. So this is the final remainder remains, and that remainder gets added. So this is how actually a simulated output you can generate. So CRC is generated like through this shift generation, and through shift generation you will be getting the augmented data word. This is how the CRC encoder and decoder works. So data word you will be getting, data word will be get shifted, and at receiving end, the receiving end, the data will be shifted again, and you will be getting a syndrome. There is one more concept in cyclic code, that is called as a polynomials. That is called as a polynomials. Now let us consider that this is the data which is already given to you. This is the data which is already given to you. So when we start with a LSB, that is represented as A0, A1, A2, A3. So MSB is A6. So this is A0. Okay. And whenever there is a coefficient 0 and 1, that will be multiplied by this. So if I say that when I want to represent it by coefficient, or when I represent it want to represent it with polynomials, then x into 1, so x raised to 0 into 1, or a raised to 0 into 1, so plus 1 into a raised to 1, so 0 into a raised to 2, 0 into x raised to 3, 0 into x raised to 4, 0 into x raised to 5, and 0 into x raised to 6. Now 0 terminals or 0 elements, it is of no use for me. It is of no use for me. So the simple data which is represented in the format of 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 can be represented polynomially by x raised to 6. You can see that this is the term x raised to 6 plus x. So this is the term x. So x 1 into x raised to 1 is nothing but x, and 1 into x raised to 0. So anything raised to 0 is 1. So 1 into 1 is simply 1. So the equation is represented as x raised to 6 plus x plus 1. So this is how you can start with a polynomial equation also. Now there is one more term. The same way we can go for cyclic check also with the help of polynomial also. Okay, so the polynomial for this one is represented in the format of S and R agree upon, that is sender and receiver agree upon the generation function. So this generation function is nothing but your divisor. This generation function is nothing but your divisor in previous case. So this function has to be agreed by both sender and receiver. When this is agreed, then and then only it is carried out. Then modulo 2 operation, again XOR operation is performed. So this XOR operation is performed with the help of GX. Now this is how mathematically or symbolically you can represent the f of x is nothing but data which is divided by g of x, and you will be getting the function, some function, and that function when error will be added, and at receiving end the same gs function will be utilized, and if it is divisible by gx, then in that case you can accept. That means again the remainder remains 0. Then in that case you accept the data, else you discard the data. Now we'll see it with one example. Now this is what the example represented by. This is what the data x raised to 3 plus 1, and this is what the divisor given. This is what the divisor given. Now x raised to 3 plus 1, now you can represent it in the format of ones and zeros also. That is quite possible. Now if you want to calculate the data word for this, now you simply start with x raised to 0, x raised to 1, x raised to 2, and x raised to 3. Okay, then this is x raised to 3 plus x plus 1. Now you can see that this is the data represented. So plus 1 means here it is 1, it comes 1. Now this is 0 because this term is absent, this term is absent, this is 0 and this is 1. Okay, this is 1 0 0 1. So you can consider the previous case also. You just go through this previous case. What is that? This is 1 0 0 1. Okay, now you just try to identify this divisor also. This is 1 0 1 1. Now I'll just try to write it over here so you'll understand it. X cube plus x plus 1. So in the same here I'll write it. So this is what? This is my data word. Okay, this is my data. This is my data. Okay, now x cube. So this is present, x is present, and this is also present. So this is 0. So this is my divisor. So this is my divisor. So simply I'll write it as a div. Now here it is in this case. Here it is in this case. This is called as a g of x. G of x. Okay. Now this is g of x. So the example is just like a previous one. Example is just like a previous one. Now the only thing is that I have to get a augmented data word. I have to get a augmented data word. So what is the maximum number over here? What is the power of this? It is 3. So simply you multiply by this power to this equation, to data word, right? So what happens? If I multiply by x cube plus 1 with the highest power of this divisor, that is x cube, what it comes to be? So it comes to be x raised to 6 plus x cube, right? So here it is x raised to 6 plus x cube. So this is the augmented word you have got. This is the augmented word you have got. Is it correct? Is it correct? So augmented word you have got now. Now you want to start with a division. So x cube into x cube. So you start with a x cube. So x cube into x cube. So x cube you will be getting. Now the middle term is missing. Hence you are not writing. So you will be keeping a free space over here. So x cube into x is x4 and x cube into x cube into 1 is x cube. Okay. So simply XOR it. Simply XOR it. After XORing, since the term is equal, this will be 0. This will be again 0. So here it is 0 and here it is 0. So 0 and 1 will form x4 as it is. Its coefficient is 0 and its coefficient is 1. So 0 and 1 coefficient, what will happen? So because of that one, the x4 term will come as it is. Now x4 term comes as it is. What you will be doing? Now I want here to be x4. So what should be the my quotient? I should multiply this x cube by x only so that I'll get x4. So x into x4 x cube will get, I will get x4. So x into x is x square. X plus 1 is x. So my reminder is now this is less than this. When to stop? X square is here. Now x square is here and this x cube is more than that. So you need to stop over here. You cannot go beyond that because x cube is x square is here now. And even if you multiply by 1, let us say here by 1, then in that case 1 into x cube is x cube. So x cube term is not here. So I am going to stop over here only. Okay. So this is not there in my picture. So I'll stop the division here only. So x square plus x is my remainder. Now x square plus x is my remainder. Now let us see how I am going to represent the data in x raised to represented the data x raised to 0, x raised to 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. So okay, so x cube is x raised to 0 is not present, x is present, so this is 1, x raised to 2 is present, so this is 1, x cube is present, so this is 1, x raised to 4 is absent, so this is 0, x raised to 5 is absent, so this is 0, and x raised to 6 is present, so this is 1. Now you can see that this is the data we have already sent over here. So this is the data, and this is a remainder with that we have already seen in the previous example. So with the help of polynomial also you can represent it like this. Okay, so this is one of the another method with which you can go for polynomial division also for CRC. Now here you can compare this polynomial and binary vector. You can see that this is the generator x cube plus x plus 1, and this is the data. Now this data is a little bit different one, x cube plus x square. Now how it can be represented? So this is represented as a 1 0 1 1, this is represented as 1 1 0 0, and you will be getting x raised to n into f of x. So what is the maximum? Here it is x cube is the maximum, so you will be multiplying this function f of x with this maximum number x raised to n, so you will be getting x raised to n into fx is equal to x raised to 5 plus x5. Now simply go on dividing this x raised to 5 plus x5. So x cube you multiply it, then x raised to 6 it will go, x5 remains here, x4 and x cube remains. So x5, x4 and x cube all are different terms, so you will take it as it is, x raised to 5 x4 then x cube, then you have to start with the x cube. Okay, you have to cancel this x5, so you have to multiply by x square. So you start with x square into x cube plus x square. So you will find x square over here, x cube will get cancelled, this term and this term will get cancelled. So x square, this term and this term will get cancelled. So remains terms are only x raised to 4 and x square. So x4, so you have to multiply by x so that you can cancel it. So x4 plus x square plus x, so only remainder is x, only remainder is x. Now similarly you go by this methodology, you have to add the 3 bits to this one, because 7, it is a 7 bit, so 3 bits are added to this one. Now you simply go on adding this one by one, you can take it, and you are going to solve this, and you will find that the remainder is 10. Remainder is 10, and you can see the equation, this equation and this binary representation is almost same, but you can see that this division is comparatively easier as compared to this. So you can go by any method, but if it is asked specifically by polynomial, you have to go by polynomial, otherwise you have to go by binary vector. So whichever method you find it easy, you can go for the division. Now at receiving end what happens, just try to understand it. So this is how you can going to solve the equation, and you are going to find the syndrome. If the syndrome remains 0, then you can at receiving end also you can find the, if this is what the equation is and this is what the divisor is, then you can find the syndrome for this one. So this is the homework for you. you can take that the code word received is x raised to 6 plus x5 plus x with divisor or generating function is x cube plus x plus 1. Find out the syndrome. Find out the syndrome. This is what the work for you. Now for in next 10 minutes we are going to solve this. In next 10 minutes we are going to solve this. So you just take the equation for this one and we'll try to solve it. So we'll stop here. With this we came to end of the error detection and error correction methodologies. So we have seen the syndrome generation by linear block code, then cyclic code generation, that is a CRC. With CRC we have seen with a binary divisor and with a generating function with a polynomial, and we have seen the comparison of these two also. So with that we will stop here, but the lecture will end only after we will solve this equation. So the code word received, now you take the pen and pencil. The code word received is x raised to 6 plus x raised to 5 plus x, and the code and the generating function is x cube plus x plus 1. Find the syndrome. Find